Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me again today. Hope everybody is doing very well out there. Was thinking about this subject a little bit as I was laying in bed last night getting ready to fall asleep. And I think this happens a lot. There's a lot of people there, especially when it comes to our health, and especially when it comes to this, because eating a high-carb vegan lifestyle, if we have, especially in the beginning, we start seeing changes in our body. We start, more importantly, seeing changes in the way that we feel. Our energy levels up. Sometimes our digestion is better than it's been in years. We're excited about, hopefully we're excited about the ethical part too, and we've seen the light, and we're happy that we're not eating animals anymore or using animal products. But for whatever reasons, we get a little overexcited sometime, and I don't think we spread our message in the most efficient way. Good intentions, just not necessarily the most efficient way of doing it. Sometimes I try to, like, one of my processes of just observing life is I like to step out of myself and observe myself, or I like to step away from who I am and look at situations not through my eyes, if that makes any sense. Because we take this stuff for granted. We do this, if you're watching this video, you're probably really interested in raw foods or high carb vegan, raw 4, whatever, but you're probably interested in a high carb vegan lifestyle. And for us, we just, like a lot of people, that I network with, and I imagine a lot of people are like that, because that's the only way we can get our information, is they think about this a lot. They're online about it a lot. They're watching videos. They're interacting with groups. And we just take that for granted, because that's part of, a lot of us, that's become part of our day-to-day life, the studying it, the interacting with people, and the discussion with people. But for people that you're trying to possibly show the benefits of this lifestyle, win over to this lifestyle, maybe it's family or friends that you just want, that live pretty bad, and you're concerned about their health, you'd like to see them live better health. If they haven't just, stumbled across this, or their interest hasn't just naturally come about on this, you're going to, like, everything we do and all this talking about and all this thinking about food is going to overwhelm most people. I've got a few little ideas here, and some of these could even be not just for talking to other people about a high-carb vegan lifestyle, but you could also apply a little bit of this psychology to yourself if you're a newbie to this lifestyle. One thing I almost think, and I notice people getting a little bit more interested in what I do, even around where I work. And I don't ever talk about this lifestyle unless I'm asked about it. But I think I have a pretty good example, a pretty good witness there, because people see me come in all the time. People see me eating nothing but tons of fruit, tons of fruit. I'm the banana guy there. The other day, and this was pretty gratifying, I was making a smoothie there. I don't usually make my smoothies there, but I need to make more of my food there because people notice. And I had a huge bag of spinach, and I'm just sitting there. I've cleaned my spinach, and I'm stuffing spinach into the blender. I pour some water in, I blend up the spinach. I see people watching me, and then I put my bananas in, I finish it up. People ask me a few questions. Well, yesterday or the day before, no, yesterday, I went by there, and there's this girl that she's stuffing spinach into a blender, and she asked me a couple of questions, and I'm like, now see, she just kind of like, I had a quiet thing about me. I just was doing my thing. They've seen it, and people are interested. If you walk your walk, people will eventually get interested, because you will exude health. You will look like you're healthy, and you won't alienate people, because you're not that obnoxious guy or girl that's constantly talking about food, that's constantly telling people what's wrong with their food choices. So that's one of the best ways, is just walking your walk and doing your thing. You don't have to do this preaching, be vegan, be high carb vegan, whatever, just do your thing and people will notice. A second one is sometimes not even mentioning something like high carb vegan. I even like to, I like to use the term whole food plant-based lifestyle, and introducing more of a plant-based diet to people, because here's the thing, it's like when you start talking about like going vegan, going raw vegan, things come up like never again idea, like little thoughts pop into the head like, oh, I'm never going to eat this again. And that can be overwhelming to people. So instead of trying to cut out all of this and eat a lot of this, if you can just like slowly, if there's somebody in your life, if they're around you on a daily basis, share your food with them regularly. Just try to get them. That's a huge start. For somebody that's on the standard American diet, if you get them eating 3, 4, 5 more servings of fruits and vegetables a day than they currently are eating, that's a huge improvement right there. Just simple things. So what you do is you try to start sharing. You try to get people in your life or people that you're interested in helping to start just eating a little bit. You just introduce simple tips. Eat a few more bananas today. Don't just eat that one banana, or don't even eat a banana once a week. Eat those 3 bananas. Eat some grapes. Eat some, mix it up. I don't know. Before I came to this lifestyle, I wasn't opposed. I ate fruit a lot, but I would go days without eating fruit. I'm sure I ate some form of vegetable every day, but back then it could have been canned, could have been whatever. But just getting in more and more and more and more and more, and that's what you can even kind of, if you're dealing with spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, kids, whatever, you could almost kind of sneak it a little bit, like if you can get them started with a small amount of fruit and then you just slowly increase it day by day, then people are getting more of this fresh, real, living food inside of them. Another thing, if you really want to help people, if you really want to be able to affect people's lives and maybe draw a few people to this lifestyle, learn how to prepare food. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying do what I say and not what I do. I still keep mine pretty simple, but when I leave this job in a few months, I'm going to kind of try to hone my skills on putting together food more, because that's the biggest case right there, or that's the biggest thing that can get people to eating this way, is just good tasting food. And if you can make really simple but very tasty food, people don't give a damn about the raw, carb, vegan, any of that kind of stuff. They just know that they're eating good food. I think I've told this story before. This goes back over 20 years. I was living in Miami Beach at the time, and there was a vegan restaurant on South Beach. Well, me and my roommate, we would eat there between lunch and dinner. I'm sure we ate there 6, 7, sometimes 8 times a week. Sometimes we ate there 2 times in a day. And it was a vegan restaurant, totally vegan restaurant. And neither of us, we were living pretty healthy at the time, but neither one of us was interested in being vegan. We still would go eat sushi from time to time. So we were eating, and I ate meat. So it wasn't so much I was interested in being vegan, is that the food was just really good. So that was the main restaurant that we ate at all the time. And people will do that. If you can give them a good alternative to the stuff they're eating, people will eat it. In the beginning, you might even, if you're trying to lure people in and get them interested in a healthier lifestyle, you might even break a few of your rules. Like if you might go a little bit higher on the fat, you might use a few ingredients that you don't normally use for yourself, because you have to remember, maybe their taste buds aren't as clean as yours are. Maybe they're coming straight from a sad diet, and the simple things that we think are good are not going to satisfy them until they've cleaned out a little bit. So, use a little bit more of the fat. Use a little bit of healthy Himalayan sea salt if you have to. But if you can make good, tasty food, or if you're in an area, if you're out in Cali, you can do it all day long. Take somebody to a good raw vegan restaurant out there. But have you noticed one thing I left out of all of this is preaching the word, preaching the message. Now you can, I would say, educate yourself, so when questions do come up, or when confusion comes up, or when somebody wants to be stubborn and argue a point, you will have the facts to give to them. But don't go around preaching them. Let people come to you. You know, I've just found in life that works with most things. Like there's a psychology involved to that. It's almost leading people into asking you about something. There's little tricks, but that goes beyond what I could explain. That's just an instinct thing. I can usually lead a person into asking me about any subject that I want to, or I can kind of manipulate the situation. I hate to use the word manipulate. Manipulate usually seems like a bad word. I don't ever use my powers for evil. But I might manipulate a conversation into turning it in a direction I want to go, and then I can share what I want to share. Like I say, maybe that's why I've had no problem so far. I mean, a good part of it is because I'm very much a loner. I have no social life. I mean, I interact with other people face to face very little, other than incidental contact when I come with our guests at work. And I enjoy having conversation with them. There's some really interesting people, but I have very little interaction with people. But the people I have, nobody has ever, I haven't had any nasty reactions, any hostile reactions to the way I live, because people kind of, well, number one, they don't want to see the monster again. Most of them know the drunken, crazy monster, and he could come back. I think they think in their head. So nobody wants to give me too much shit because they could see the animal return. But yeah, anyway, you're not going to get people by the preaching part. So yeah, if you can just try to get people, try to introduce a little bit more fresh fruits and vegetables every day into their diet. Try to learn how to prepare good food, or know how to access good recipes for people, you know, for alternatives to some of the things they're eating. And just be the example. Just be the example. The more you keep walking your walk and doing your thing, the more people are going to notice, because the more you do it, the healthier you're going to get. And it becomes tough for people not to notice when you're thriving like that. Anyhow, just a little short one before I go to work. Actually, probably not a short one. This is probably pushing the limits. I always say it's going to be a short one. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll share this. Have a great afternoon, morning, night, whenever you're watching this, and peace.